Kevin Costner has been an enormous Hollywood name for a really long time, and the actor doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon, throwing out one of the best acting performances of his entire life. Costner found a new fan base ever since he bagged a starring role in the show Yellowstone. Despite being one of the most popular shows on television right now, the actor doesn't let his family watch it. Stay tuned to find out why. First off, the hilarious reason behind his decision. You might be confused over why the 67-year-old entertainer would have such a bias against a show he stars in himself, but his justification does make some sense. So, why doesn't Costner let his family, including spouse Christine Baumgartner and 7 kids, tune into the Western show? Well, Kevin has been hitched to Christine Baumgartner, who works as a model and handbag designer since 2004, and they have 3 kids together: 15-year-old Caden, 13-year-old Haynes, and 12-year-old Grace. Apart from these, Costner also shares 3 other children with his ex-wife Cindy Silva, 37-year-old Annie, 35-year-old Lily, and 34-year-old Joe, and then another child who hasn't been in the spotlight. Yep, he could almost start an entire town just like in the show with the number of kids he has. But the actor said that none of them were fans of the show when asked in an interview, because he hadn't allowed any of them to really watch it. The actor admitted some of them probably watched it behind his back. His reasoning was that the show was too explicit and naughty for them to see. The Dancing with the Wolves star said that other people probably found those scenes great fun, but he wouldn't like his family to see him starring in that kind of show, although he did really want that they discover some of his other films. He said that most of his films had some explicit themes, and his family was bound to stumble upon them one way or another, so he really wanted them to see what he had been doing with his life, like starring in one of his favorite movies, Fandango. Next up, Yellowstone's racy scenes. A fair warning flashes on the screen. This program contains nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. This might be one of the cheeky reasons the show became the most watched series on Paramount and jumped on top of the charts as quickly as it did. But this doesn't take away from the fact that the story is really original, engaging, and keeps you hooked throughout. Oh, and the cinematography is just top-notch. But the nudity beginning from the pilot episode is a huge draw for most viewers and awards the show its PG-18 age rating. Episode 1, Daybreak, sets up the entire show, slowly paced out over a lengthy 1 hour and 30 minutes in total. But around the midway point, 45 minutes into the show, is when things take a turn, going from 0 to extremely graphic. Kelly Riley's Beth Dutton and Cole Hauer's Rip Wheeler enter the scene, and a montage of hard and fast cuts take place of them engaged in, well, you get the idea. It certainly wasn't coffee that started out their day in a good mood. This was just the beginning, and it only increased after the pilot episode, with male and female body parts being shown and almost all the time. Costner revealed that he wouldn't be comfortable knowing that his family's been watching a show that contains nudity and him. We're glad we're not related to the actor. Finally, what to expect if you're starting the show. Yellowstone follows the Dutton family, headed by John Dutton, who is obviously played by Kevin Costner. The family controls the biggest adjacent farm in the United States, and the show follows their struggles against being constantly assaulted by the bordering farms, land grabbers, Indian tribes, and America's National Public Park. It is a serious investigation of a rough world a long way from media eyes, where land snatches make developers billions of dollars, and lawmakers are bribed and bought out by the oil and timber tycoons in the industry. Drinking water is scarce to find and is often poisoned because oil mining and murders and disappearances are just everyday business. It is the worst and the best of America shown through the actions of a family that kind of is both. The Dutton family, and especially the patriarchal figure of John Dutton, is shown to do anything and everything to successfully protect their property. The plotline in Yellowstone can be kind of difficult to follow at times, as there are so many characters, and each of them has their own complex backstory and story arc going on. But if you can keep your head from spinning from the shifts between all the characters, then you'll be able to appreciate how the show offers some badass and solid drama, featuring a ton of gore, violence, greed, and romance. To be able to enjoy the show fully, however, you have to kind of forget that the town of Montana is actually set in the United States, because there's no way most of this stuff can happen on a daily basis without being written down in history books and regarded as one of the most violent and depraved eras of mankind. But as a fictional story, this show is just perfection. In other related news, firstly, Yellowstone Season 5, where and when to stream. Season 5 will debut on November 13th, 2022 on Paramount Network, and the premiere will be a special 2-hour episode. From what we can gather, the show will set up some extremely disturbing events. Since Season 4 is finished, fans have wondered about the show's turn of events. The brief glimpse we got to see of Season 5 showed the Dutton family as they were preparing to shield the farm, hinting at something big going down. In spite of the fact that Season 4 didn't end with much activity, we saw Beth and Tyr's marriage while Beth was persuading Jamie to kill Garrett. She wanted to blackmail people while John just needed to make a statement to Jamie. During that time, we likewise saw Casey go through a huge change. Toward the finish of Season 4, the individual change finished with an extremely suspenseful line by Casey. Rotten Tomatoes currently ranks the show overall with an 83% on its tomato meter, as well as an average audience score of 84%. The series has also spawned several spin-offs, including 1883, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Next to debut after Season 5 of Yellowstone is 1923, another spin-off with acclaimed actors Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford in lead roles. Next, Isabel Fuhrman joined the cast for Yellowstone. The actress is boarding Kevin Costner's Western story, Skyline, from Warner Brothers. Isabel Fuhrman will star next to the Dutton family, including Sienna Miller, Sam Worthington, Jamie Campbell Bower, Luke Wilson, Thomas Hayden Church, Jenna Malone, Alejandro Etta, Tatanka Means, and Michael Rooker, and we can't wait to see her join the cast. With Skyline, Costner returns to Civil War America, and the dangerous lives of the Americans are shown through the experiences of many characters as they face the natural elements and try to battle hunger, poverty, and bloodshed as they battle the indigenous peoples of the land. Falling off her widely praised Film Independent Spirit Award and Tribeca Film Festival win for her exhibition in the show, The Novice. Fuhrman will next be found in the science fiction film Little Mouth, starring next to Dennis Quaid and Josh Hutcherson. Fuhrman can at present be found in the Paramount Plus continuation Orphan: First Kill. She featured in the previous summer's Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, and the $694 million in addition to netting blockbuster The Hunger Games. And lastly, Kelly Riley talks about Yellowstone. When we first see Beth Dutton, the rock-solid, sharp as a tack, mean as a rattler corporate executive played by Kelly Riley on the series Yellowstone, she's shown as being absolutely merciless. An oil executive doesn't make the most relatable and sympathetic casualty in the crossfire of Beth Dutton, but she fires him out of his own company and takes over. The woman is a complete badass, but the actress Kelly Riley appeared in an interview and said that she didn't feel that way herself. "I wasn't a natural performer. I was very introverted and very shy," said Riley. All her life she wanted to be an actor, and she even joined acting school, but grew tired of all the elitist snobs she met there, and eventually she set out trying to find her own way. It's not difficult to accept the fact that Riley is an introvert. She doesn't have any social media presence, and very rarely does she talk about her private life. She said that she never had the urge to be famous, even as she wanted to become an actor, that the allure for her was just to envelop herself in her work. With Yellowstone, we believe she's truly accomplished that. That's a wrap for this video, and thanks for watching. What did you think of Kevin Costner's surprising reason he won't let his family watch Yellowstone? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.